morning. We are here in Clemson, South Carolina this week, and we are going to be rating as many coffee shops as we can on taste, vibe, and the parking situation / location. So first up is Moe Joe Coffee. Okay, we're here at Moe Joe Coffee in Clemson. I got a white mocha I'm going to try to get a white mocha at all these places and just kind of keep it consistent. So. That is really good. It's really good. It's not overpoweringly sweet. You can taste the espresso. Not too milky. That is really good. I'm gonna give this we're gonna start off high with a 4.85 out of 5. It's really good. Moving on to the vibe. Oh my goodness, the vibe in there is just immaculate. It's perfect. I love it. The ceilings are really tall. They have plants everywhere. They have string lights. They have couches, comfy chairs, high top tables, low, regular tables. Music was jazz music. I love when coffee shops have jazz music. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. We're starting out. It's gonna be hard to beat this, but yeah, perfect vibe in there. I love it. They had a ton of people working. My drink got out pretty quickly. So let's see, the parking situation. It's a shared parking lot with Prisma Health and I think there's like a bike shop in here. A couple places, but it's a big parking lot. There's there were a couple spaces open when I got here, and there's still a couple spaces, not like a gigantic parking lot, but ample parking. So I'm gonna give it a 4.5 for parking. So we're starting off really high. I'm gonna try lots of other coffee shops in the area and rate them, but that is all for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, good afternoon. It's afternoon iced coffee time. So today we went to the Farmhouse Coffee Exchange. It's in Seneca, South Carolina, and it's in the Dogwood Plaza shopping mall. So huge parking lot, plenty of parking. The spaces are big. I had my truck with my bike rack and our bikes on the back, and I had no issue parking at all. There were plenty of spaces open. And there's a light like at each entrance to this place, so really easy to get in and out of. For that, I'm gonna give it a 5 for location. Like it couldn't be more convenient unless they had a drive-through, which they don't think they do. Like 95% sure they don't have a drive-through, but you can order online and just park and run in and get your drink if you're in a hurry. So if you're wanting to do some shopping at the Hobby Lobby or Belk across the street, or get a coffee before you go to Home Depot, yeah, highly recommend stopping at the Farmhouse Coffee Exchange. Let's review their coffee now. I've been sipping on this on the way home, so this isn't my first sip by any means, but I got the white mocha. I didn't think I was going to be able to get this because online I saw a picture of their menu and they did not have white chocolate or white mocha listed as one of the flavors that you could get. But I asked and they had it, so that's good. It's a little sweet for my taste, but I do like that they used whole milk so that it doesn't taste watery. There's no like competing flavors in the espresso. It just meshes together really well. I'm gonna give this a 4.9. It's really good, guys. It's really good coffee. In terms of the vibe, really cute outdoor seating. They have like I think they're rocking chairs. They look like rocking chairs on the front porch, which, how cute and how farmhouse is that? And the interior is very Farmhouse. Design wise, they have a lot of seating in there, a lot of like big tables, and they had, you know, 2-seat table they had tables up by the window where you could set high top seats and get some work done on your laptop, or if you wanted to read, come there and do Bible study, whatever. Like, this is the place to go for that. And I want to say that I appreciate how nice and cool it was in there, because in South Carolina, the summer weather here, we're in May and it's in full swing. Like, it is really hot outside. So appreciate that they keep that place nice and cool. I've been to coffee shops here in the summertime and had to leave because I was too hot in the coffee shop. So definitely appreciate that. For the vibe in there, I'm going to give them a 4.75. They're shared with this escape room. I think it's called Escape Quest escape room, and that's like, they have doors for it on the back wall. I don't know like what their hours are or anything. I don't know, but they don't have like really comfy seating, which I get it, because it's the vibe is like the Farmhouse tables and stuff. So I'm not gonna take points off really for that, but I do think if you're wanting like cozy chairs, it's probably not the place for you. But if you're wanting a place to come sit with your laptop or read a book, this is a great place to go. So I recommend Farmhouse Coffee Exchange. Super convenient, very friendly people, and really good coffee. And I got a t-shirt when we lived here back in 2018, and it's my favorite t-shirt ever. I wear that thing so much. It's like my favorite sleep shirt. It's so soft and comfortable, and I saw in there they had a couple on the wall, so for sale. If you want a really comfy, cozy t-shirt, I highly recommend that too. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow for another coffee shop. Good morning, or should I say afternoon. It's 1:30. Oh my goodness, that place was packed. It's 313 Cafe in Commons, little strip in Seneca, South Carolina, which is about a 10-minute drive, I would say, to Clemson. And I got large iced white mocha, and I also got little yogurt parfait, because when I was here 5 years ago, they had like a yogurt bowl, which is a lot different, but it was like the best one that I'd ever had. So I got this. Haven't tried it yet. Hopefully it's still good. Definitely a lot smaller than it used to be, but that's okay. Everything is shrinking in size in grocery stores and portions at restaurants these days. Anyway, I digress. There were a lot of people in there. It's definitely a Friday lunch rush. It feels a lot more like a restaurant. It's a cafe. They have food, they have lunch, they have breakfast. I have been in there and seen people studying before, but today it just looked like a lunch crowd. So they have a lot of high top tables, and they have long low top tables, and old church pews, and regular chairs for the seating. And they had like regular tables sitting around and some outside seating. No one was sitting outside because it's a rainy, drizzly day. And they have a wood stove out there too, so that's nice. String lights inside and outside. It's a perfect little ambiance. However, if you're looking for like a spot to hang out all day and study, I don't know that this would be your place. Maybe like on a Monday afternoon, but it seemed like more of the lunch crowd was in there today. So let's start with the coffee. perfect balance, espresso, milk, and sweetness. I really like their white chocolate. It's so good. I do think that the espresso is a little bit acidic. They use methodical coffee. I believe that's what they had for sale in there. Okay, this is really good. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 4.9. This is a good coffee. It's really good. Okay. Parking. Big parking lot. Plenty of parking. Like I said, this is like a bunch of businesses. There's a investment place and looks like an eye doctor, glasses store over there. I think there's a dentist in here, hearing health center. Yeah, so it's just like a big parking lot for all these businesses. So it's really nice. Parking's really easy. Had no issue parking my truck with the bikes on the back and everything. So that's good. So I'm gonna give it a 5 for parking location. The only thing I will say is that you can't very easily turn left out of here. There is no light. I mean, if you go up the hill, you might be able to get to that light. I'm not sure if it connects or not. But luckily I'm going right because I have some other errands to run. But if I was turning left out of here, yeah, that'd be very difficult. So I will say that. But moving on to the vibe. I love the vibe. I love the outside seating. Like, I would sit out there and read a book. I have come here to read, and I've come here for breakfast with my husband when we first got married 5 years ago. So this place has been around for a while, but I just didn't feel like I felt like if I stayed for more than like 20 minutes, I would be hogging a table. That's what I'm trying to say. And there was limited seating when I was in there because it was, like I said, it was packed. So I don't want to hog seating. So I didn't feel like I could stick around and like work on my laptop or read a book. If you came here to meet a friend for like coffee or something, I think that'd be fine. But yeah, so I didn't like that about it. So I'm gonna give it a 4. Like, it's really cute in there, and seating was comfortable, and there's plenty of options. They had like flowers on the table, and you could sit up by the window in the bar seating, the high top table, and you'd probably be fine to sit there. But yeah, I ran out of footage, but I'll see you in the morning for another coffee shop. Good morning. Just got home from All In Coffee Shop in Clemson. They're in downtown Clemson. So I've been sipping on this on the way home, but let's give it a rating. It's really good. It's very milky, as you can probably tell by the color. So it's a little more milky than I like, but definitely tastes the white chocolate. And the espresso's barely there. It's almost like white chocolate flavored milk with a hint of coffee to it. Okay, and we have something else here. I was reading their reviews, and so many people rave about the cinnamon roll. So it was the best they ever had. So I had to get one, try it. Just cut a piece off and heated it up in the microwave. Let's go for the center, because who doesn't love the center of a cinnamon roll? It was really good. Very sweet. Very ooey gooey kind of, I guess. It's a really good cinnamon roll. So if you go there, I highly recommend cinnamon roll. I'd probably get an iced Americano with that just because like double sweetness is a little much, but I'm gonna rate this. It's hard for me to rate because it's not accurate. I didn't get a large there. I normally get a large everywhere I've been going. I've been getting like a large coffee. So I don't know if like a medium would be more espresso-y. I'm gonna give it a 4.8. It's really good. Just a little more milky than I like. Okay. Moving on to the vibe. They have an awesome vibe in there. They have, the ceiling is painted with like this mural of all these different places from around the world. And they have a fireplace in there. They have little rooms with different types of seating. They had couches and comfy chairs and lots of tables, and there were a ton of people there, but I was still able to get a seat. And all their outside seating on the porch was full, so definitely a favorite of the Clemson area, I'm assuming. So I'm gonna give it a 4.8 for the vibe. Am I gonna give it a 4.8 for the vibe? No, there's nothing wrong with the vibe. I'm gonna give it a 5. Okay, 5 for the vibe. Parking, ugh. Luckily, I tried to go here one time, and I could not get a parking spot. On the street, anywhere. In the parking lot that they have there, it's a very small parking lot. Today, after circling around for like 20 minutes, I finally got a parking spot in their parking lot. And it was wide enough that I didn't have any trouble getting in and out of there with my truck. It's my bike rack on the back. So because they have a parking lot, I'm gonna give them a 4. Because if you live on like campus or downtown, it's very convenient and it's a really cool coffee shop. But it's a very small parking lot. And for the amount, you know what? Maybe I can do 3.5 because the amount of seating that's in there, the parking lot is not big enough for that. You know, you obviously have to street park. And I thought that with exams being over with that it would have cleared out all the students, but no, that hadn't cleared out yet. So yeah. The reason I got a small instead of a large, this is really tiny, is because it doesn't have the size on there. I don't know how many ounces this is. Is because I was going to go to all 3 downtown coffee shops and get a small at each one. There's 2 other coffee shops downtown, Grace Coffee and Summer Moon, I think. But I didn't want to park in All-In's parking lot and then walk over to another coffee shop. I didn't want to do that. So I tried to repark on the street. My truck was too long for the spaces, and there was no parallel parking that I could get in. So I might try again another day and see early in the morning if I can get a spot down there and try those other 2 places. And that'll wrap up our coffee shop video because I do want to try all the coffee shops. So I will see you tomorrow. What do you think? 5 stars? Okay, so today we are reviewing Outsider Coffee. This is a coffee drive-through / walk-up window, and it is about a 12 to 15 minute drive from Clemson. It's in Pendleton, southeast of Clemson, and it's really, really new. In fact, only be a couple weeks that they've been open by now. But their slogan is "Take the risk and refuse to fit in," hence the outsider. Well, people drink coffee. Anyways, so I got a white mocha. I can tell by the color that there are probably 3, if not 4, shots in here. It's really good. Definitely strong in the espresso department. The sweetness is there. The flavor of the white mocha is in there. It's very subtle though, and I would prefer if it had just a tad more sweetness, because if I'm gonna drink, a white mocha, I want to be able to really taste the white mocha. But this is a really solid coffee. This will get you through your afternoon, definitely. So I'm gonna give it a 4.75 out of 5. I just wish there was a touch more white mocha flavor. Like, I don't like it sickeningly sweet, but I do like to be able to taste it in there. And I got the puppies a pup cup, and they'll give their review of that. I think they give it 5 stars. But okay, so location, like I said, it is 15-minute drive-ish from Clemson. It's a mile from Pendleton High School, and there's a ton of new construction, what looks like new construction to me, like apartments and housing just a mile up the road. So I think if you're staying in those apartments, you're going to want to frequent this place on your commute to work, because it's really good coffee. So I'm going to give it a 4 for location and parking. The parking situation, being a coffee drive-thru and a walk-up window, you don't need a whole lot of parking. I think they had 4 spots and a handicap spot. I went through the drive-thru and then I parked to get the puppies their pup cup. And then for the vibe, obviously you're not going to take your laptop there and study, because there's no outside seating, there's no inside seating, you can't even go inside. It's just a drive-thru. It's a little coffee hut. But the people there were very friendly, so we're gonna switch from vibe to like friendliness, I guess, for this one, and we're gonna give them a 4, just because there is no place that you can sit and study. But yeah, they're very friendly and very kind, and I felt welcome there. And I was gonna say one other thing. Oh yeah, they are, I think, originated in Oregon, which is funny to me, because if you've ever been out west, oh my goodness, Washington, Oregon, Montana, Idaho all have these like coffee huts. It's basically not all that there is, but that is the majority of coffee shops out west, are these coffee hut drive-thrus. That there's so many. I'm moving to Washington soon, and I'm gonna do probably 3 separate videos of all the coffee shops, reviewing all the coffee shops and all the coffee drive-thrus out there, because there are so many. So subscribe if you would like to see some more coffee review videos. But I'm going to end this one here for today. And we will try a new coffee shop tomorrow. Hello, good afternoon. It is once again iced coffee time. We are here in downtown Clemson to try the last 2 coffee shops for this video. We have Grace Coffee is first up, and they are on Keith Street. I had trouble parking. I had to drive around the block like 4 times before I could find a parking spot. I finally found one, thankfully. They do have a parking garage, a Key Street parking garage, literally across the street. I could have parked it, but I just hate parking garages. Anyway, I digress. Grace Coffee is run by 2 Clemson students, I believe, and it is the perfect study spot. They have a room where you can go in the back and study. They have comfy chairs in the main area of the cafe, and they have a lot of regular tables as well. So definitely the perfect ambiance for studying. It's definitely the vibe I get from that. Alright, so the coffee, I'm getting some nuttiness to this that I didn't taste initially. This is a small ice white mocha. It's like the more I sip on it, the more I like it. It's not overpoweringly sweet. There's a tad more milk than I like, but it's good. It's really good coffee. So, golly, these coffee shops in Clemson are really good. I'm having a hard time. I'm gonna give this a 4.85, I guess. Yeah, it's really good. And for the ambiance, the vibe in there, I'm gonna give it a 5. It's a great vibe. Parking / location. I hate downtown. I despise going downtown just because parking is always an issue for me. Having a truck instead of a car, it just makes it difficult. However, there are spaces right out in front on both sides of the corner that they're on. Whether they're available or not is another thing, but like I said, there is a parking garage. You can drive around, find parking eventually. So for me, I would give it a 2, but if you're a Clemson college student, this is probably very convenient for you to get to. It's really near campus. I'm sure the buses run down there. Don't quote me on that, but if it's anything like UGA, then the buses probably run to downtown. So I guess I'll give it a 3.5 for you college students and anyone who lives downtown, because it probably is convenient for you. Okay, next up is Summer Moon Coffee. They are actually a chain. They originated in Texas, and they build their roaster brick by brick, and the coffee is roasted in oak. So, I guess oak firewood is what they use? I don't know. It says oak roasted coffee. So, they have 50 locations across the US. They're mainly mid part of the country in the East Coast. Southern East Coast. Oh no, there's a chigger in my car. Hold on. Gotta get rid of this thing. No, you can't live in my car. You can't live in here. Sorry. Sorry to tell you. I'm sorry. I know. It sucks. Okay. Sorry, chigger. Chiggers are awful. Anyway, it was on the dog's crate. Anyway. Okay, Summer Moon Coffee. They are on the corner of College Avenue. Yes, College Avenue. They're on the right. So, parking is the same kind of situation as Grace Coffee. You have to street park or park in the parking garage, and there were no spaces at all. Like, because there are no parking spaces, it's just the street right there. So, you do have to park and walk. So I'm going to go ahead and rate them on their location and give them a 3, just because they don't even have any parking spots out in front. It's not their fault, it's just the way that the street and downtown is designed. So, but, oh, yeah, they don't have white mocha. Kind of messes up my rating scale. So I got a half, I don't know if you can read that. A half Winter Moon latte, which is their like sweet cream that they make in the house, I believe. And you can get it on a scale. I think it's like full moon, quarter, 3/4, half, quarter, and then an 1/8 moon. So I got a half. She said that's probably the sweetness of a white mocha, so I said okay. So trying to taste the oak. I'm not tasting the oak. There's a good balance of milk to espresso sweetness. So if you're wanting something like a white mocha, then I would go with the half. It's hard for me to rate because it's so different, but I'm gonna give it a 4.75. There's a hint of bitterness. I don't know why. Alright, moving on to the vibe for there. They have bar seating, they have a couple tables. I think they had like 4 or 5 tables in there, small tables, like 2-seater tables. So, not as much seating as Grace Coffee Company. I did get the vibe that you could like sit up at the bar seating, and there were really comfy like bar stool chairs in there with backs on them. Sometimes those chairs are really uncomfortable, but those were comfy. So for the vibe, I also want to add that the baristas were so nice and so friendly. So for that, I am going to give them a 4.5. Just I wish they had a little bit more seating is the only thing. And at both these places, something I did not like as a germaphobe, partial germaphobe. Straws, you reach in and grab a straw, they're not wrapped. And I don't like having everybody's fingers touching it. You know, you try to only touch the straw that you're grabbing, but even me doing that, I still touched like 2 other straws. I'm like, oh. So, you never know what, if someone didn't wash their hands after they go to the bathroom. Anyway, so yeah. Wrapped straws would be appreciated. You know, paper wrapped straws. Anyway, I digress. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching, my fellow coffee and tea lovers. I guess I could do a tea video if you'd be interested in that. I didn't think of that. I love chai, so if you'd be interested in that, let me know in the comments and I'll do that as well. So, I have another coffee video planned for the Pacific Northwest. We're moving out to Washington, and there are so many coffee shops out there. It's probably gonna have to be split up into several videos, but if you're interested in watching that, that'll be coming out pretty soon. So hit that subscribe button, and in the meantime, if you want another coffee video to watch, I'll pop this one up on the screen. My Athens, go dogs, coffee shop video, and I will see you in my next one. Stay cozy.